In a shocking case, a man has been convicted of attempted first-degree intentional homicide after admitting to throwing a live electrical wire into his wife's bathtub. The incident occurred on the evening of May 9. The man claimed his intent was not to harm his wife, but rather to shock her, hoping a near-death experience would somehow salvage their failing marriage. He testified in court that he believed the wire was connected to ground fault circuit interrupter, often abbreviated as GFCI, a safety device designed to immediately cut off the electrical supply when it detects a leakage of current to ground, such as when an appliance falls into water. His defense rested on the assertion that the presence of the GFCI would have prevented any actual harm from coming to his wife. However, the prosecution argued that his actions were deliberate and intended to cause her death, motivated by a desire to begin a new life with another woman. The wife's testimony painted a disturbing picture of the events leading up to the incident. She recounted how her husband had drawn her a bath after they had spent the day together, engaging in activities such as taking a walk and going for a motorcycle ride. While she was in the bath, her husband entered the bathroom and dropped the electrical cord into the water. She stated that upon seeing the wire, she immediately jumped out of the tub. According to her testimony, her husband then attempted to force her back into the water, but she managed to break free and flee the bathroom. Electrical safety in bathrooms is paramount, and GFCIs play a crucial role in preventing electrocution. A GFCI constantly monitors the current flowing through a circuit, comparing the amount of current going out to the amount of current returning. Even a slight imbalance, as small as 5 amps, can indicate a current leakage, which could be flowing through a person. When a GFCI detects such an imbalance, it trips the circuit, cutting off the electricity in as little as 1/40th of a second. This rapid response is often fast enough to prevent serious injury or death. GFCIs are typically installed in bathrooms, kitchens, and other areas where water is present. They can be identified by the presence of test and reset buttons on the face of the receptacle. While GFCIs are highly effective, they are not foolproof. They can fail due to age, damage, or improper installation. It is crucial to test GFCIs regularly to ensure they are functioning correctly. This can be done by pressing the test button, which should cause the receptacle to trip and cut off power to the circuit. If the GFCI does not trip when the test button is pressed, it should be replaced immediately. Furthermore, it is essential to use electrical appliances safely in bathrooms and around water. Appliances should never be immersed in water or used with wet hands. Cords should be kept away from water sources, and appliances should be unplugged when not in use. It is also important to ensure that all electrical wiring in the bathroom is up to code and properly grounded. Grounding provides a path for stray electrical current to flow back to the source, preventing it from flowing through a person. In the event of an electrical shock, it is crucial to take immediate action. Firstly, do not touch the person who is being shocked, as you could also become a victim. Secondly, turn off the power at the circuit breaker or fuse box. If you cannot reach the circuit breaker, use a non-conductive object, such as a wooden broom handle, to push the person away from the electrical source. Once the person is free from the electrical source, call for emergency medical assistance immediately. Even if the person appears to be unharmed, they should be evaluated by a medical professional, as electrical shock can cause internal injuries that are not immediately apparent. The severity of an electrical shock depends on several factors, including the voltage of the electricity, the amount of current flowing through the body, the path of the current, and the duration of the exposure. Low voltage shocks may cause only a tingling sensation or minor muscle spasms, while high voltage shocks can cause severe burns, cardiac arrest, and death. Electrical burns can be particularly serious, as they can damage tissues deep beneath the skin. These burns may require extensive medical treatment, including skin grafts. Cardiac arrest is a sudden loss of heart function which can occur when electrical current disrupts the heart's electrical activity. Cardiac arrest is a life-threatening emergency that requires immediate medical attention. In addition to burns and cardiac arrest, electrical shock can also cause other injuries, such as seizures, muscle damage, and nerve damage. Seizures are caused by abnormal electrical activity in the brain and can result in loss of consciousness and convulsions. Muscle damage could occur when electrical current causes muscles to contract violently. Nerve damage can result in numbness, tingling, or weakness in the affected area. Preventing electrical shock is crucial for protecting yourself and your family. Always follow electrical safety guidelines when working with electricity or using electrical appliances. If you are not comfortable working with electricity, hire a qualified electrician to do the work. Regular inspections of your home's electrical system can help identify potential hazards before they cause an accident. These inspections should include checking for frayed wires, loose connections, and overloaded circuits. Overloaded circuits can occur when too many electrical appliances are plugged into a single circuit. This can cause the wires to overheat and potentially start a fire. Extension cords should be used only temporarily and should never be used as a permanent wiring solution. If you need to add more outlets to a room, hire an electrician to install them. Also avoid overloading extension cords, which can cause them to overheat and pose a fire hazard. Only use extension cords that are rated for the amount of power you will be using. Furthermore, be cautious when using electrical appliances outdoors, especially in wet conditions. Use only outdoor rated appliances and extension cords, and never stand in water while using electrical appliances. Keep electrical appliances away from swimming pools and other bodies of water. If an appliance falls into water, do not attempt to retrieve it while it is plugged in. Firstly, turn off the power at the circuit breaker or fuse box. Secondly, use a non-conductive object to remove the appliance from the water. The case of the man who threw a live wire into his wife's bath serves as a stark reminder of the dangers of electricity and the importance of electrical safety. It also highlights the potential consequences of domestic violence and the need for intervention and support for victims of abuse. The man was also convicted of intimidation of a victim. This charge typically arises when someone attempts to influence or prevent a witness from testifying in a legal proceeding, often through threats or coercion. The legal system takes such actions very seriously as they undermine the pursuit of justice and the integrity of the court. Intimidation can take many forms, including direct threats, harassment, or any action designed to instill fear in the victim, preventing them from cooperating with law enforcement or providing truthful testimony. Penalties for intimidating a witness can vary based on the severity of the offense and the jurisdiction in which it occurs, but they generally include hefty fines, imprisonment, or both. In this particular case, the conviction on the intimidation charge underscores the gravity of the man's actions and their potential impact on the legal proceedings. In conclusion, remember to test ground fault interrupters monthly. Do not overload circuits. Replace worn electrical cords. Be careful around water with electricity.